Okay, everyone, so I'm only talking on this video because I want to tell the story about this specific robot before I get into it, rather than just turn it on and let it move. So, this is a really, really wanted robot of my childhood, and I mean really wanted. I had it once. For a lot of time, I thought that it was of course, I knew it was defective from this leg, but I thought it got returned. I thought it got returned and they didn't get another one back because it was a drugstore that was the place is still around my grandma's, but it's not owned by the people that used to own it before. The people that owned it still live next to it, but it's not from that people anymore. And many really cool robots came from there. One of them, I recall the first ones that they got from there were the Space Warriors. These small Fignon ones that are like color chromed, and you turn them on, they just walk and light up in the face, and that's it. Those are the first. Then probably this one. Then Universal Fighter. And then Robo Wisdom, if I recall, because here's the thing about Robo Wisdom. I think they either got it on that place or not, because I saw it moving and working on that place. But it was Christmas, they gave me one and everything, and right after that, I passed across the area. I passed across there, it was open, and they had Robo Wisdom, so I was like, what the fuck happened in here? But anyways, as I said, this one, I don't have the box here because I left it at Kevin's. This is something that Kevin got for me, and I was super obsessive over it. I was like, listen, if you ever see one, get me it. Please, please, of course, because I was like, yeah, it's my fucking childhood and everything. And of course, somehow he found it, somehow he got it. He ran a little joke, which was like, yeah, I also found one. I was like, oh, that's sweet. I was like for a second, I was like, that's so cool. And then I was like, wait a fucking second. And of course, it was that he received it. He just took it apart and he told me, yeah, it's yours. So we'll get to the story in a second. So the story goes like this. I see this robot. I didn't know what it did nor anything because they never tested it. Because this lady knew my grandmother. They were somewhat friends. And she would usually take the robots out of their boxes to show them to me. I do recall that the one that I mostly remember her taking out was Robo Wisdom. Like the mini Robo Wisdom, which is right there. That's like the first one that I do recall that she tried for me. She must have tried a couple of others, I just can't remember, but most of the robots, I want to believe that were there were actually the ones I would end up, my grandmother or my parents would end up getting me, and this one was one of them. It was so cool because I was like, I got it. It has a mask. Literally, it has a mask. It's like the big one where it has like a mask that you can slide in and out, and it's really cool. And at the time, I didn't even know what the fuck it did, but I loved it instantly because of the mask. And I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. And it was around 55 pesos at the time. It was really, really cheap considering what these things go for right now, which I have never seen any other of these here in Argentina. I'll be plain honest. So there were my chances before Kevin found this one. And again, Kevin, thank you so much for it. I fucking love it. Um, so after that, of course, I was so hypnotized over that damn robot that same week we used to have in the kitchen, we used to have like milk bottles that were full of nothing but coins, and I was literally looking for 55 pesos in fucking coins. Then my dad just comes down. It's like he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like I'm counting money for the robot of the mask, because I used to call it the robot of the mask. Because I was like, yeah, el robot de la máscara. Because I literally just, that was the whole thing. It was like the masked robot. And he was like, God damn it. He got pissed and he was like, fine, I'll buy it for you. So he buys me it. Like, I was in my grandma's. He comes with the box and everything. We take it out of the box, and the fucking thing had this foot that was broken. It was hanging. Now, I saw the thing working and everything. I saw they had like purple shield, purple gun, and a purple sword, and they were so fucking cool, even though they hardly light up. You can hardly see the light. But here's the thing. There's one difference in between this one and that one. This one says don't move, drop the gun. And I can recall perfectly that the other one said what the Galaxy Conquer makes. Again, they're all made by the same company, Pokar, or as it got called later on, Jingjian Lida. Um, the thing is that it said the other thing, and I do remember this correctly because there's either one or the other sound. I do remember clearly that at the time I already knew the Don't Drop the Gun and everything, and I knew that it was none of these because of the sound. But one thing I do remember about it is that it had some kind of sound, some specific sound. I had to wait a while for it to actually make, and I would keep my ear next to the lion just to hear that fucking sound. And first I thought it was a clinging sound, like a sword clinging sound, but I have a feeling it was actually Galaxy Conquerors. You know, that beep 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 beep, it makes like the laser sound. Because let's keep in mind, that one you gotta wait a little bit for it to actually play, and you gotta, you know, before it repeats it, you gotta just swallow another shitload of rat-ta-ta-ta-ta, drop your gun, fire, sha-sha-sha, you know, all that crap. So I have a feeling it was the Galaxy Conquer sound. Anyway, so everything seemed fine, but of course one foot was broken, so I don't know if it would not walk or if it would just fall. And I thought it got returned that day. That's why I always said it, you know, it didn't last the fucking day. Because they returned it and there was no other, so they just got their money back or something. Or like, yeah, it's fucking broken. What in reality happened? I don't know exactly if my dad got the money back or not, which I doubt it, or if they got another one, which I doubt it too, because these things are too fucking scarce for them to have too. This is basically what happened. Apparently, it made it to my house. It made it to here, and I didn't even know that. Because let's keep in mind, this all took place in my grandmother's house. That's where most of my robots would always get bought and everything. And I have a picture of the robot on that fucking desk. And here's where the thing turns so fucking weird. I could swear to God, I forgot that my air conditioner, the old one, not the one right here, I could swear to God it was a whole lot older than what I thought. This is why. This is a picture from Halloween of 2007 or 2006. I'm pretty sure it must have been 2007. And I always thought that when I actually, you know, when I bought this, when my parents bought me this skeleton costume, the thing that they bought me with it was this robot right here. The Power Robot by GLE. This one. Because I did have this robot at one point too. And I thought that was the one that was actually on there. To my surprise, we found, because you know, recently my grandfather passed away, and we were looking through pictures to see and everything. To my fucking surprise, the one who was in the picture was not Power Robot. It was Star Warrior its fucking self. Without the weapons, what it looks like to be without a shoulder. I don't know what about the V, but it was this one. All the fucking time. This is literally how it looks from the back, so you guys understand. It's literally looks from the back. It's that one. So, I did have, without me knowing, a picture of this one. Now, I wonder what about the big one, because the big one did not come, like, it didn't come after, like, it came after this one. But as I said, I found this picture when we had the old carpet, which has been and is still part of my what used to be my toy room back in 2012, 13, 14 in my grandmother's house. Of course, the wooden chair is still here. You know, actually it's not here, but you get the point. Desk is still here, the windows. I forgot the fact that we didn't have curtains. Now I remember this fucking thing from when I was younger. They made it at school and they would just give them to us as a gift when it was spring. Ah, the memories when I was young and I didn't have any fucking responsibility rather than just play with fucking robots. I'll miss those times. They were really good. I still have this truck though. It was one of my favorite plastic truck. I must have it upstairs. Anyways, of course, here's the zoom for the Forsaken of it. Here's the plug place. Right there, that one. So you guys know, of course, before I made the entire modification last year, this used to be there. Anyways, So that pretty much, and I still believe that the thing was actually broken there. So this must have been my original one because look at the foot. Look at how the foot is. There's a gap. There's some sort of gap in between here and the foot. And the robot was kind of leaning backwards. You know, there's that foot that is all the way to the front. This leg is all the way to the front, and this one is the one that should be all the way to the back, stepping back, and the foot should be, should be around here. But this is not. So I'm guessing that's because it was broken and everything. So as I said, it should look pretty much like this, and ironically, it's in that position without me even wanting to be in that position. See, that's pretty much how it's supposed to be. Anyways, so I don't know whatever happened to that robot. I don't know if that's the robot I ripped its arms off, which I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt I would have ripped its arms off because there was a time when I didn't really know anything, and there was a robot that would say don't drop the gun in a weird way, either faster or slower, or it would like maybe the low batteries were the issue. And I was like, I'll try to fix it. And I just broke the arms off, but I don't know if it was this one or the actual Power Robot. I'm confident it was Power Robot though. Anyways, so onto the robot. As I said, Kevin bought me it. It came working somehow, but still needed some adjustments. Of course, I had to bring it to Argentina. I brought it. I took these things out. A foot completely broke off, which I think, ironically, yeah, I think, if I'm not wrong, because I could be wrong, there was a foot that was completely gone. I just want to know which one it was. Oh, no, the one with the peeled sticker, that's... Oh, no, wait, it was the opposite one. Never mind. It was the opposite one. This foot completely broke off in the luggage. And of course, when I was in New York for one day because we missed the flight because Delta's flights were full and everything, so we had to stay there for a fucking day because they got all delayed and shit. And I took these chest lights out, and to my surprise, when I came to Argentina, this fucking chest light was busted. So I had to take the light off here, put it here, and then put one of the lights of this circuit board, this bump and go thing that Daniel gave me, in there. So it has a light and everything, but you guys get the point. It's just like Robot Troop, because the other one, there were two lights. The one that had no wires, that one went here. And the one that had the wires went to Robot Troop, which must be outside. Must be in the living room. Anyways. So, onto the robot. It's posable just like Super Mega Heavy Metal Fighter. To give you an idea, this was made in the year 2000s. Of course, Galaxy Conquer came first, and Mini Robot Leader came first. Which, in fact, Mini Robot Leader's actually here. The first one from Kevin. The one that had the crooked foot and everything. Which is right here. I had to take it all apart so nothing would get damaged, scratched, and such. This was the very first one with that design of, mini robot with those tiny gloves and everything. Even though the arms with those gloves and things and maybe the shoulders. Yeah, the shoulders too. Those were actually older things. Because these were from Happy Kid originally. Wang Kwong, Happy Kid, however you want to call it. They came from there. And the arms... I do recall that the first robot that had them was Guardian Patrol or Guardian Warrior. That one white horse robot thing that spins and walks and has like has a little centaur knockoff figure on it. That's pretty much the first one that I believe had these arms. I could be wrong though, but that one's from the 1985, I think. So yeah. Then of course, Son AI Toys kept on making them, and they got to this one, Mini Robot Leader. Then they made Robot Explorer, which is right there, with the same arms, but with different shoulders, the same shoulders as this one. And of course, then, this was the very first one, I believe, that had this mix of shoulder and everything. So, Pokar, or Xinjiang Lida, basically got together and was like, this was in 1998, let's keep in mind, this was 1996, 1998, not this one, this one's 2000, but the original one, the Galaxy Conquer, the red one, was pretty much the first one that had the, the shoulders and everything like that. So that's pretty much the first step to Super Mega Heavy Metal Fighter. Then they remade the Galaxy Conqueror in black and you know, in these same colors, but they added a metallic gear, which is the thing this one also has, which really shocks me. There's a gear inside there that usually splits in all of these. It's believe it or not, it's also metallic in this one if I'm not wrong. Yup, it is metallic. Um, Pretty surprising as I said before, but of course they remade that one and they made, I believe, 2 generations or 3 of these. The first generation, I believe, had the sounds of Galaxy Conquer. As I said, it's a really dim, flickery fire. Doesn't really, but I love it. I personally love it. So I really want a Galaxy Conquer at some point, and I don't know if I would go that crazy to just swap boards. So this one actually is officially the one I used to have, because the box was the one I used to have. The robot's absolutely the one I have. The chip is the only difference. And one thing that gets me is that I think this is one of the first robots that actually used the Don't Move, Drop the Gun sound chip, because there's a Galaxy Conqueror that also does that, but the quality of the sound chip is different. It's not the classic little square board or little rectangular board with a transistor at the edge, or the Fingyon type board that has the transistor at one side but not at the very edge. This one has a transistor that, it has the transistor for the lights, it has the, 2 resistors, one probably for the pitch, the other one I don't know, maybe for the transistors, not mother signal, you know, the base signal, I believe. But the chip is different, it's a little tougher, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's differently set up and everything, the layout and everything is different, just like that super mega heavy metal fighter that I got before I left. Total disappointment, by the way. Anyways. So I believe that's practically it. I mean, after that, of course, they probably made this one and the Galaxy Conqueror that says Don't Move, Drop the Gun and all that bullshit. The large ones, they also did that. There's the one that I used to have that's the large the large Star Warrior, which I don't even know why the fuck I brought this box. It was supposed to be shoved into the luggage, never was, and I have the box of the big one and the tiny one. Like, really, why? But that's the French exclusive Videojet version. It's actually from a store called Videojet, and it was, you know, made like that, like pretty much like the robots from Juguetronica. So that's what I'm saying. That one has some differences, which I'll explain in a year or so when I get that one. Anyway, fucking ways. I know there's 3 sound versions of the Star Warrior. There's the one that says I'm a boop boop or something like that. There's one that says Don't Move, Drop the Gun, and then there's one that sounds exactly like Galaxy Conquer. That's pretty much what makes my theory stronger on that was the sound that this one had. Because even the big one had it, so it's almost a fact. Anyway, so robot walks, spins, says Don't Move, Drop the Gun, fire. You can open up the hatch on the head. Not a little hatch, the little mask, and it has a light bulb here, 5 lights in total, depending on the weapons and everything. And you can hardly see the lights, so I don't blame you if you only see the white lights but not the purple ones. But as I said, the one thing I've always loved about that one is the clear white lights. That was a touch that was so sick to me. Even if it was red or anything, the lights are so beautiful in white. I don't know why, but they're just so fucking beautiful that it just brings me a lot of memories from back then. Anyways, here we go. To my surprise, and this is one thing I actually forgot to say about it, of course, I'll go ahead and show the busted light for the forsake of it, because I do have it. This is how the light got busted. I don't know how the hell, but this is how it got busted. Yeah, literally. Anyways, so another thing I forgot to say is the issues that it had when it got here. Of course, aside from the broken foot and everything, and the broken arm, which that was already from the factory. And Kevin was absolutely right. This piece was inside the robot, yet it doesn't belong. It's from an arm, but it doesn't belong to the broken arm of it. And the other arm is completely fine. So what I had to do, because here's one thing I realized about the Pokar ones. They have a longer fit for the arm. So I had to go redesign the fucking, what was it? The fucking, let me just see, hold on. The fucking arm holder piece, I actually had to modify it. this is how it used to be. Arm holder metal fighter, or MF. You know, little... It's short. It's a short one. Doesn't really have any extra length or anything. And then there's the Pokar, which it should be in here, I'm believing. Yo, where the hell is it? Space Commander 2001, Arm Holder, Metal Fighter, Commander, Pokar Arm Repair. I actually called it Pokar Arm Repair. That's stupid. Which it has extra length. Now I kind of messed up on that, and it's not that, you know, it's not that long, but you get the point. It worked better than the other one, to be exact. So as I said before, this is pretty much it. So we're gonna try it out again. It's like, oh, the problems. That's right, the gears. The Z-bar gear, or the, you know, that shaft that's bent that makes the legs move back and forth, was actually broken, and I had to glue it. I didn't really replace it by another 18-tooth gear because I didn't feel like it. So I just put a really tight zip tie, and I just zip tied it, glued it, made the hole bigger and all that crap. Works like a charm. Somehow it walks only 5 steps or 4, but maybe because it spins 3 times. I think that will need a little adjustment because it's not meant to spin 3 times. I do recall it's supposed to spin twice, but I could be wrong anyways. I mean, I can't really remember how many times mine spun or anything. After that, the motor shaft gear was split, I mean. So whenever you would stick it like this, you would just hear the motor running. So I guess that's practically it. So right now we're going with the sword. As I said before, do not be surprised if you don't see anything of light.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
See what I'm talking about?
Fire! Don't move! Drop the gun! Fire! Fire!
There's a light. I mean, that's pretty much it. Other than that, of course, has posable head, which I really never even realized that as a kid. Posable arms, posable wrists, pretty much like the Robot Leader 2, the Metal Fighter, and all those gay-ass robots that came after that. One thing, though, is... why do they always have to fuck up in the fucking armors for the legs? Like, seriously, I don't get that stupid thing. I mean, I can recall that all mini robot leaders have this shit inverted, and that's another thing I still do not fucking get. Why the fuck is this fucking inverted? Son AI, explain. Fucking shit. Yeah, even in this one it's inverted. Anyway, so that's practically it. As I said before, thank you very much, Kevin, for this robot. I seriously love it. And all I need now to, like, you know, regain the other childhood Star Warrior that I had is literally a gold weapons, like pretty much that one, but with the other sound chip and the different light traces, because that one I never noticed it as a kid, but that one did have different light traces. It goes like face, I think it was face and chest, like only the face, and then the chest and the weapons or something like that. I can't really remember how it went, but anyways, that's practically everything. So again, thank you, Kevin, for it. I absolutely adore it. And I'm gonna probably fucking keep it in somewhere where not even light gets to it, because I don't want this chrome to the skull. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everyone, and bye. Another childhood robot recovered.